welcome back to the channel. Sending you all a beautiful day wherever you are, from whatever time you see this. I really hope you're able to take some clarity and guidance out of this message. Now, as I grab my deck, at the bottom of the deck, there is the confirmation from divine, from spirit for this message. Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Absolutely beautiful as a reader. Just to pick that up almost moved me to tears. Whoever is going through this struggle, whoever has been bullied, the end of the cycle is coming if it hasn't already, and it is because of your true faith in divine protecting you and protecting your abundance and your blessings, most importantly. You've been targeted. You were dealing with a group of bullies, a group of naysayers. These people wanted to cause some sort of conflict in your life, but they didn't realize that you never sent out the same intentions back. You always kept strong in your faith, in your prayers, and most importantly, in your knowing that you were on your true divine path. And so this is a message for you today. Happy Monday, wherever you are in the world. I really hope this reading can bring some clarity and knowing for you. Hello, Amy. Welcome back, and welcome to all the followers that have regularly tuned in. Just know that the end of this cycle is approaching, and you deserve it. You have persevered, is the word I'm hearing, through so much, through so many trials and tribulations against those who didn't understand your beliefs or your spirituality, and most importantly, your spiritual ranking. You are someone who prays daily. You are very connected to divine, and it is through your struggles that has taught you to be this way. Whether or not you were someone who was baptized or who truly believed in God from when you were born, you became faithful through your struggles in life. And whoever's been bullying and standing up against you did not realize this and does not realize how much you are a chosen one. You are highly protected. You have guardian angels around you at all times, is what I'm being told to convey this message. You often feel the presence of either a passed on loved one or a spirit guide that reigns around you. You are truly a child of God, and it's because you choose to not do harm upon others. You believe in your faith, and most importantly, when you are tested, you stay true in your knowing that you will be protected. And by remaining on this path, by choosing not to retaliate, this is why you have made it so far in life. This is so beautiful, you guys. As a reader, I literally just picked my cards up, and this was at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to shuffle, but of course, everything happens for a reason. This is why I'm guided to give these messages, why you stumble across certain readers and you find you connect with them. So for some of you, this could have been a karmic feminine, someone who does not have the same faith that came up against you. It could have been a group of people. In the spiritual realm, you are considered a queen. Radiates the regal feminine, that divine nurturing energy of love and protection towards others. Uses any sort of benevolent authority to protect others. That is what you do. So whether this be in a community, in a workplace, and most importantly amongst your family and friends, you are someone who always chooses to do right by others, regardless of how they treat you. You could be someone who really gives people the benefit of the doubt, often forgiving them without explanation, without being quick to assume things about others. You are someone who knows, what goes around comes around. And by truly having that faith and that connection and knowing that you are protected by up above, that is why you are so successful, or you are about to be. Now, you're meant as well to serve as a lesson to others. Those that do not have the faith or the same beliefs as you, a lot of them are honestly going to learn what it means to be connected to divine and through spirit, and how important it is to have that faith in one's life. Because when you do, you know that you are moving on the right path. And it is different for each and every one of you. Some of you may find that you need to go into a church or a mosque, wherever you pray, in order to receive that clarity and guidance. And for others of you, you have a sanctuary at your own home. You could have an altar, something that you pray to. You could be someone who has symbolisms of spirituality, either I'm hearing like tattooed on you. For others of you, you could be someone who has it upon your home. And whoever comes across your energy and your presence, they know this of you. They know that you have been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and regardless, you have always stood strong. Now, if you notice, you guys, that card was in the reverse. So damsel, you are not someone who brings your prayers upon others in a negative way or your struggles. You're someone who silently struggles through a lot more than people fail to realize. And it is through your victories, through your success, and most importantly, it's those that test you, that see you be victorious. A lot of them see you be untouched or unfazed by the attacks thrown your way. Now as well, there are people of the light and there are people of the shadow side projecting their fears onto you. So for some of you, you really deal with a lot of negative, ill-willed people. And this is because you are chosen as a leader and as a child of God to really show them what it means to be a better person, regardless of how they treat you. And I know it may seem like a really difficult responsibility to have at times, but if you trust your path and you trust your faith, most importantly, you will always be blessed. And especially because I'm hearing from Spirit, you treat others with utmost respect and kindness, regardless of how they come up against you. This is what shocks a lot of people that come in to encounter you. Wow. So you guys, if you just tuned in, before we had karmic feminine come out and karmic masculine. So not only, it depends, who you resonate with, but not only if you're a masculine or a feminine energy, you are put up against the test by both. And they all fail to see initially that it is because of your spiritual protection and your belief that carries you so far. Femme fatale, so you could deal with a lot of lower vibrational energies. Like masculines and feminines who tend to live in the more karmic way of life. So, doing more low vibrational things like not saving themselves for marriage or the right person, or those who choose to be a little more promiscuous or free with their body. Now, the biggest thing, though, about being a child of God is we do not hold judgments against others. Everyone has their own free will to live their life however they want. But a lot of you really value and respect yourselves. So you could be someone who is celibate. You could be someone who has saved themselves until marriage. And for others of you, you are just someone who is very much so connected and in tune with the idea of respecting your body, most importantly, because our bodies are a vessel. And you believe truly through prayer and your practice of your spirituality that you will continue to remain on the right path. And this is a confirmation for you. You could have people that claim to love you or come up against you and they prove themselves otherwise. But you always remain to be an empathic person. You don't allow their negative spirit or their ill will intentions against you to break you. And this is what makes you such a beautiful human being. This reading is really just to show you that whoever needs to hear this message, however you've been bullied in the past, you felt betrayed or come up against, they have all been put to shame in a sense, because they're coming up against a very kind and nice-hearted person who does not wish the same upon thy self-proclaimed enemies. Because if you are truly connected with divine, we know not to have enemies. We literally know that that is their fear and their projections being cast upon us because they have not yet found themselves or peace within themselves, most importantly. When you're truly connected with who you are and you know what you're about, you're not worried about anyone else. You're not worried about throwing negative attacks their way, and you most importantly aren't worried about trying to stop them from achieving their dreams. So you've been dealing with a group of karmic bullies in a sense that they may have bullied you or outcast you for your spirituality. And for others of you, they really just tried to stop you from achieving a certain goal or vision you have in your own life because of their own beliefs, in believing that you did not deserve it. But none of us are here to judge whether or not someone else deserves an opportunity. And this is why I feel I always directly communicate in the word of divine. Because it doesn't matter what you've been through or who you are. It's only up to you and to spirit to decide whether or not you have been on the right journey. to deserve those blessings. And most importantly, you guys, you've been minding your own business, keeping to yourself, and you could have a certain energy that is the polar opposite of you. They do not have faith. They do not believe in karmic law. And most importantly, it's a shame, but they do not believe in spirituality or divine. This person has yet to find themselves in this path, which we call life. Because you guys are meant to teach this person who is so against spirituality, who believes that they can act without thinking, who believes that they can cast ill will or projections upon others. For some of you, they've even slandered you, gossiped you. Like if you are someone who's celibate, they could tell people that you're someone who freely gives themselves to others, when you just shake your head because you know that's the furthest thing from the truth. But instead of speaking negatively upon them back or projecting some sort of fear upon this person, you allow them to continue doing what they're doing because you know you are protected by spirit from any karmic energies. And you don't claim and cry out based on your fear. Only to those closest around you who really understand you, you may reach out for support. But a lot of you have suffered for a long time in silence and only kept your prayers and your problems to divine. And so it's like this message was conveyed to me really strongly. I was doing something else. I didn't have a plan to go live right now. And this message really needs to be heard for someone. Whoever's been struggling and feeling absolutely alone, just know that you have a whole spiritual team really defending you right now. Defending you against things you cannot even see. It's like a battle in the higher worlds, in the higher realms. Because whoever this person is that's continuously attacked you or this group of people, they're on the wrong path. They don't realize yet that life isn't about attacking others, and life isn't about even projecting your own beliefs onto others. And as spiritual beings, if you truly connect with this channel, if you truly connect with the prayer of divine, whoever you may pray for, we all have one belief. It's to love each other, to show each other respect and kindness, regardless, because you never know what someone else is going through. And most importantly, most of the time, what I've come to learn in my experience, when people attack you, it shows that it's a projection of their own fears and doubts. It never has to do with you or what you're doing. So this reading, you guys, let's see, ultimately, I don't want to see if there's karma for these people, because we know as spiritual beings, there will be karma ultimately, but it's none of your business to worry about. It's about you worrying about your own path. Now, whoever this group of people was, you have a very passionate way of being in life. These people wanted to break your spirit and they wanted to break your belief system. But you are so highly protected and connected to divine, no way was that ever going to happen. And this is your confirmation. Could have been going on for 3 months to 9 months specifically. You've been attacked by a group, ostracized, cast out, and for others of you, made to feel like you were different in a negative way. Often more than not, it's like in a room of people, there may be 2 people with the same belief system out of 10. But those 2 people that are connected to divine can change the whole outlook of the group of 10 people based on their way of being. And you guys have been chosen to do that. It's through your struggles and through your standing strong in your belief system that you're going to achieve your ultimate happiness. And when those blessings come in, that's when those who stood up against you will be in nothing but disbelief, but yet understanding that they went up against the wrong person. And that for a lot of you guys, that's when they're going to realize, you collective are onto something as being a divine feminine or a divine masculine. Life's too short to do anything but uplift each other and to really learn from yesterday. I have this saying that I literally truly live by, and it's like, try to be a better person than you were yesterday. Not everyone has perfect days. We all learn through our mistakes, through our life lessons. But if you can promise yourself that you want to be better than you were yesterday, you want to treat people better than you did yesterday, then you're on the right path. And when you truly live in that motto, in that way of being, You will always be blessed. 9 of Cups there, your wish fulfillment, your happiness. So for a lot of you, you've had immense strength. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. If you know the story in the Bible about the lamb, it's like you were up against lions, people who had no fear in attacking a chosen one, people who did not believe in their own spiritual beliefs, and also people who thought you were nothing but a weak little lamb. And the problem with that was that this weak little lamb stood up against that pack of lions no matter what attacks were thrown at them. And it's because you had divine on your side to protect you. Like I said, you're definitely someone who resonates with, standing alone in your spirituality. So maybe in your family, not everyone has the same spiritual beliefs as you, or maybe they choose not to. I feel like through life, you've really just been made isolated or feel alone in your belief system. And your belief system is that of being a good person towards others. So like I said, it's because you're meant to serve as a vessel, as a lesson, and as a true test in faith to others. The more that these bullies and naysayers and people who lack spirituality come up against you, the more that they are shown what it means to be a spiritual person means to be a peaceful person. What it means to be a spiritual person means to truly trust and believe if you are kind to others and you put that faith in divine, you will always be on the right path in your own life. And as well, whoever tried to block your happiness in the past, this 10 of Cups in reverse, they're almost sending that karmic energy back at themselves, because fear is always a projection. And so whenever someone tries to attack you, they're really wishing that upon their own energy. And that's what they fail to realize that until it's almost too late for a lot of you guys. So specifically, you could be very passionate, not only about your spirituality, but just the way that you live life. I'm hearing you're a really happy-go-lucky person. Like you could be having the most stressful day or stressful period in your life, struggling through a lot of life's tribulations, like a lack of understanding from others, isolation, feeling like you're just getting by in life or you're not where you want to be in life, but you never let that break you. And most importantly, you never lead with a negative heart. You never take your stress out on others. And so a lot of the times, if you are one of those people and you connect with that, guys, people act like you're the punching bag. They purposely throw negative karmic attacks against you. They purposely try to tear you down. They try to stop you from being that passionate person. But no matter what attacks you come up against, you cannot be stopped if you have that faith and that utter belief that, life's too short. Life's too short to be nothing but good to others. Because the more that you are kind to others and the more that you focus on your own growth and your own path and your own spirituality, the more success you will achieve in life. If you look at anyone who is very much successful, they all are spiritual. They all are connected to divine, because they're all here chosen to do God's work. And they're all here chosen to show others what it means to have that true spirituality and faith. So, wow, look at that. The funny thing is, the people that come up against you and attack you the hardest, they're all reaching for the happiness and that light aura that you have naturally. But what they don't realize is because they go about it in a competitive way, because they go about it in a way of attacking others instead of lifting each other up, that's where they're failing to see. 7 of Pentacles, your blessings, your life path, everything around you keeps growing. So the more you have been attacked, the more you have been slandered, the more you have been gossiped upon, the more success has been coming your way. And, that's what's meant to make you smile today with this reading, really just knowing ultimately that if you are especially a fire sign or an earth sign, this reading is going to really resonate with you, but you could be any sign. With the 7 of Pentacles, it's slowly knowing that when you can't see those seeds growing, but you're putting out that positive vibe, they're going to sprout. And so whatever projects you're working on, whether it's a new career path or you have prayed to divine for certain blessings, right? Like you want a family. Some of you are on that path where you feel really isolated and you want to be able to raise a family with the same beliefs as you. Raise your children to understand that by being a good person, by not bullying others, and by standing true in your faith, you will always achieve the most success, and not only that, but the most happiness. Because life isn't even about success, it's about being happy, and it's really about understanding who you are and where you come from. Now, us as spiritual beings as well, it is like a proven fact, y'all. You go through the most struggles. So you could be someone who really had a difficult childhood growing up. Your family could have faced poverty, or you could have faced abuse. For others of you, you could have survived an abusive relationship, and this could have really brought forth your faith. For many of you, you have been bullied and tested either in childhood or even more so as an adult, because you're not afraid to stand up against people who don't have the same beliefs as you and say, listen, I will never force you to believe what I believe, but you truly believe that, by remaining faithful and humble, and most importantly, grateful. You could be someone who has the word grateful around your house. I'm hearing like a small ornament, or even it could be a picture or a painting in your bathroom, in your kitchen, in your bedroom, something like this, but you really stand by the word grateful. So if you do resonate with that, just know that that is like divine's message, like reaching out to you to say, you're on the right path. This is really beautiful energy, you guys. You could really resonate with the term being an earth angel. If not only you're an earth sign, but just the fact that you truly believe in being a good being. Now, especially too, you are someone who believes in heaven. Not everyone has that same beliefs, because the people that bullied you or have come up against you in your life, they truly believe that they can treat others however they want without any repercussions, not only in life, but after life. As someone who is connected to mediumship, I will tell you there is heaven and there is hell. And you can make your own judgments, because I'm not even here to make you believe one over the other. But from my inner knowing and my inner wisdom and understanding and what I've been communicated by spirit, absolutely there is a place called heaven. And it's what we choose to put out and project in this life that's going to make that decision for you. And you already know that, collective. If you tune into my readings and this title alone drew you in, it resonated with you, you know that no matter how much you're bullied or attacked, you will not send out that same negative energy back at those beings, because they have lessons to learn. So just know, whatever you've been working on patiently, you've been waiting for some sort of progress to come into your life, it's about to, because you've stood strong in your faith and you're knowing that you are on the right path by being a genuine, authentic, and most importantly, grateful person. This is really beautiful, you guys. Look at that. Especially if you are a feminine, you are someone who's very highly in tune with the emotions of others. So you could have already resonated with the term empathic, starseed, or just an empath. Someone who truly feels the emotions of others without them ever having to speak it towards you. Like, you could have a hard time being out and about because you can pick up the energy off complete strangers. You can tell if someone's going through it worse than someone else, and you can tell if someone's communicating to others about it or if they're keeping it close to their chest. Now, a lot of us divine protected ones really choose to keep a lot of our struggles to ourselves, because we have the faith and knowing that when you pray every day, or however often you pray, could be multiple times a day. I'm hearing, at least for a lot of you, it's a nightly routine. I personally like to pray in the morning. I like to say what I'm grateful for and how I would like to make an impact on this day in my life, and then I move forward. For some of you, you have gotten out of that routine of doing it daily. Just know it's going to bring you a lot more needed clarity if you spend that 5 minutes with yourself, whether it's when you have a coffee, when you have a shower, or you're getting ready in the morning, or even just when you're getting out of bed. Take that 5 minutes to yourself. Say what you're grateful for and say what changes you want to be making in your life and watch divine really work with you, really change things for the better. Because that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to live life in such a peaceful and calm manner. And it's when others allow their own hurts and projections to get them caught up that they fail to do so. And that's also when they lose touch with spirituality, right? So let's get into this reading about whoever has been coming up against you. But I just want to send each and every one of you a beautiful day, blessings upon you, and just know that this message is to acknowledge that if you truly feel like you are trying to do the right thing by divine and by others around you, and most importantly by yourself, this is your confirmation. You are doing an amazing job. And like I said, it's like whoever is in the group around you that did not believe in spirituality in the past, you are showing them the path to righteousness. You're showing them that you don't need to go to church and you don't need to sing it at the top of your lungs that you're a spiritual being. But by just having that inner faith and knowing, you're on the right path. So you could feel isolated a lot. This reading really resonates with someone who has been outcast from either a workplace, a community, even your neighborhood. You could have a lot of friends and neighbors that live around you that don't have the same beliefs as you. But you are the light in the darkness. You are meant to show them that through your faith, no matter what obstacles have been thrown at you, you always persevere. And notice how there's a rainbow in this card. It's really beautiful. Like others see you as someone who could have a lack of opportunities at this moment in time, or you have your opportunities robbed of you by these bullies, by these naysayers, but not realizing that you are truly divinely protected in the back here. And that light, that shadow oversees any darkness, any projections of hate or fear. Now, I get the sense too, you're someone who's very open and loving towards others. You could be an animal lover, someone who truly wishes that they could just adopt all the little animals in the shelter and take care of them. For others of you, you could have this wish that you just want to be successful or abundant enough that you can really help take care of others who are less fortunate. This message is going to only resonate for a few of you, but I'm hearing some of you really want to be able to adopt either in overseas, be able to help someone that way, or for some of you, even just like adopt those that haven't had an opportunity to live an abundant life or to see any positive days. This message is really for you. And my heart goes out to you truly if you're someone that really wants to commit their life to helping raise those that are less fortunate, or, there's so many children in the world that don't have parents or don't even have an opportunity to have a better life. If you've had that thought recently, there's even like organizations that I truly vouch by that you could really help out with. Like World Vision Organization, if you're someone who doesn't believe you could adopt a child, if you really could donate that $20 to $40 a month to help a child in need. I've truly seen these stories. It really changes their lives. And someone I knew growing up did that for a child, and it really changed their life. And so there's so many ways we can give back as spiritual beings, regardless of the amount of income that you may hold on to. And also, you could just be someone that, like, when you go to the grocery store or a restaurant and they ask, can you donate $1 or $2 today? You are someone, you could have $10 to your name, but you're donating that $2. That message is for you because divine truly sees every time you make that selfless decision to make sure you can help another. Because you are grateful for everything that you do have, or even things you don't have. You have that faith in knowing that better days are to come. That's so beautiful. Whoever is that person, you are such a beautiful being. Just keep going in your life, truly. You're being highly protected. Wow. And look at that. Like I was saying, if you just tuned in, if you notice some of the most successful people in the entire world are connected to divine, there's a reason for that. Because divine wants to bless those that he knows is going to give back to the world, that isn't going to be selfish with their finances, their gifts, and what they have. Ace of Pentacles, if you truly have that mindset that, you know, you want to give back, you want to really help others around you, whether that's adopting, donating, helping your community, this Ace of Pentacles is going to be yours because you are going to be someone that doesn't hold on to it and selflessly gives it to help others back. Ten of Swords, that is so beautiful. So that really shows that you are truly connected as well. You have a high spiritual ranking, whether you realize this or not. You could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or even an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Now, you are someone that has been tested, has been isolated, and like I said, even more recently, bullied and made feel outcasted for your beliefs. This reading is for you, just to remind you that that Nine of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, that's coming to you. You know, even as a reader and someone truly connected to divine, not everyone believes in tarot. Some people are against the beliefs that using tarot to convey messages is not of faith. But I guess you can call me a new age faith because absolutely anything to do with putting out a good word or good message is connected to divine. And someone who truly believes in divine doesn't cast judgments upon others. You are someone who is positive, who would never send out harm or even negative words spoken about another person, and you will always truly be blessed for this mindset. Whoever's been coming up against you is about to learn this lesson in a really difficult way. I'm seeing they could have tried to block you from a path of success. You have something you're very passionate about, something you're very talented in, and whoever it was that came up against you does not have the same belief system as you, so they didn't understand why you continued to be blessed and they continued to be stagnant. Their lesson to learn was that the more they tried to block you from your success and from your happiness, the more karma they were creating for themselves and cycles of stagnancy. Whoever put you through all this struggle and tribulations, it's about to be reflected back on them in a very negative way, unfortunately. Sometimes that's the only way that people can learn to leave others alone. Because like I said, if someone's sending ill negative energy, projecting it on you, hoping that you don't succeed, some of you, this person wished poverty upon you. They wish for you to never be able to find true love or have a happy family, not realizing that that's going to be projected back towards them. It's at this time that if you choose to pray for those people, you absolutely may. But at the same sense, you know, make sure you're praying for yourself, most importantly, and those around you. Those are their lessons to learn. Many of us go through experiencing different types of life cycles. And like I said, yesterday is not today. Everyone has a chance to wake up and to choose to change their life around. And these people, wow, the candle just flickered when I said that. That's literally confirmation. And these people choose to come up against someone who has never thrown an attack back at them. And so you guys will continue to be blessed. And you will always continue to have people who don't appreciate your blessings or your abundance. They don't understand it, but they're failing to see the one lesson to learn here. It's to not worry about anyone else or what they're doing. It's only to worry about you and your path and if you're doing the right thing. And of course, to love those around you. So growing up in school, you could have noticed that a group of friends of yours or people you associated with constantly picked on or bullied either you or someone around you. I'm hearing you were the one person, you know, and 10 people or 20 people that stood up against these bullies and told them, hey, listen, you're not doing the right thing. This could have caused you many heartaches or struggles in your life. You could have been someone who stood up against someone being like literally beaten up or even worse things happening to them, slander, gossip, lies. And then you could have been outcasted as well based on standing up against this group of naysayers. But see, the thing about it is that will always change in the end because divine saw you choosing to do the right thing and not just follow the crowd. The problem is so many people don't want to stand up against one person, even if they know that that person's doing the wrong thing. So they'll conform. They'll be silent against the opposition. And you, collective, no matter what, if you knew someone was being treated negatively or unjustly, you always did the right thing. You always would stand up against those attackers and say, listen, what you're doing isn't right. And so you're actually being rewarded as well with this Pentacles, with this true happiness, because of all those times in your life. It could have been a time when you were a teenager specifically, like if you were a feminine, you knew that a group of masculines or even other feminines were attacking one specific individual for being different in a way. This person could have had like a speech impediment. They could have had something that was different or unique about the way that they looked. They could have even been someone who was considered to be not normal because of their spiritual beliefs or because of how they were raised. And so I'm hearing this specific story that you could have been ostracized. You could have been attacked based on choosing these people that what they were doing was the wrong thing. You're going to be rewarded for that. Like, this is a message for you. Look at that. 2 of Pentacles. So in the past too, say it was a workplace drama. Everyone was trying to outcast one individual because you knew the truth. They worked the hardest. They were the most selflessly giving, loyal, honest person. And someone who did not work as hard as them chose to group up with a gang of other people to come up against this one person, to outcast them, to make them stop what they were doing, to make them feel like they were on the wrong path. Now, you could have been someone who was neutral with everyone in this group, but when you saw the way that 10 people came up against one person who happened to be the hardest working person of all those people, you said, listen, there's something in this equation that isn't right. And upon doing so, you could have been ostracized, you could have been bullied, and you could have been outcasted. I'm hearing like you were like blackmailed or like literally told like by this group of people not to associate with you, not to work with you. And a lot of those people that came up against you, if you did have a group that solely attacked you and not another individual and you, they did it to copy your style. They did it to take your abundance. And you already know this, you guys. This is just confirmation from Spirit. 2 of Pentacles, they wanted you to be in a lack so that they could take your resources, essentially. So whoever ostracized you in a group, made up slander, lies, or gossip, this person was jealous and was projecting their fear and their lack of hard work on you, who was a chosen one. Now, many people as well, right? If you don't really know someone, you could look at them and think, why them? Why do they deserve all that? But as someone spiritual and connected, you know, if you're really on the right path, you don't get jealous over your neighbors, your friends, your family, your competition even. You don't have competition. Your only competition is yourself. And that's when Divine's going to bless you, because you want to see others win too. You want to see someone who, even if they're a hater against you, you want to see them be successful just like you are. And the more that you're in that mindset, you guys, the more you're going to shine so bright. So realize the more attacks you will face. But a lot of you are here to be spiritual teachers. And this reading is really just a confirmation. If you resonate with, yeah, actually, like sometimes at work, you get the promotion or you get the extra hours and people will say, oh, like the boss's favorite or teacher's pet, you know, all those different slogans. It's like, really, it's because whoever is the divine leader of that organization, community, workplace, they see you for who you truly authentic are. Nothing but a good person, nothing but there to lift up others, and also someone who isn't petty and jealous. So keep on going, you guys, because if it seems like you got ostracized by a group of people, could have even been a huge community, couple hundred people. If you live in a small town, maybe in the past, you were the only spiritual one with a set of beliefs, you had to move away from these people. You were guided to do so because Spirit knew you would blossom better in another community that respected and appreciated your beliefs. So some of you are being redirected on your path at this moment in time, whether that be a relocation or a slight upgrade or shift in the current job or position that you hold. Like if you specifically are in a career of teaching and you are the only spiritual believing teacher in, say, a public school, you actually may lose your job or be relocated to a Catholic school. And it's going to be something within your best interest. You know, this is just an example. But it's like sometimes when we lose things or people feel like they took it away from us, it's only because that wasn't where we were meant to shine the brightest. And by being redirected on your path, you're going to understand a year, 6 months down the line why all of that happened. And for a lot of you, it's difficult to grasp, but only the ones who truly are very connected with divine and have that spiritual belief and knowing that everyone has the ability to be a better person. Like everyone has the ability to wake up one day and say, I'm done being jealous. I'm going to focus on me. Those are the people that are going to succeed the most. And some of you never had the capacity to be jealous or to be a spiteful person. And you are automatically always going to shine the brightest loves. You are going to shine so freaking bright. It's going to bother the people around you who don't have that ability, but it's because you're meant to teach them. Now, some of you could have recently just started working a job and you have someone, they really look up to you. They feel really inspired by you. Could be a fire or air sign specifically. So Leo, Aries, or Sag, or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This person may come across as like a hater or someone who's kind of a bully towards you. But they make, like, what I'm hearing from spirit is they make undermined or underhanded comments at your character. Like they try and make slight jabs at your character, whether it's through sarcasm or literally like speaking about you to other people negatively. But see, this person is really truly inspired by you because no matter what blockages are thrown your way, no matter what negative comments are thrown your way, you guys always remain smiling, humble, and you never throw that energy back at them. And that's because you know you're spiritually protected. And if you're a feminine or a masculine, you're a queen or a king in the spiritual realm. You're sitting on your throne really high. In the 3D, they may look at you as someone who has less than them, who has less notability, or, you know, this person may be in a position higher than you, so they think they have the authority to speak down upon you, your talents, or who you are. But what they don't realize, in the spiritual realm, you outrank them. Times 20 is what I'm hearing. And you never even intentionally set out to do this. You just truly have that faith and that understanding that it's not about who looks better on the outside. It's about who you are on the inside. It's not about who's got the nicer car, who's got the higher job position, who's got more of a following. You know, it's literally about how you treat others. And so some of you could really live by that quote as well. Like how you treat others is a direct reflection on yourself. And it's true. Because the more you treat others with respect and kindness, and you're grateful for all situations you go through, good and bad, the more it shows how much you love yourself on the inside, how much at peace you are with yourself. And that's like what drives these people's, I want to say, like inner demons like crazy, right? They can't understand how are you so happy-go-lucky, you know? Some people are just born with blessings. They could be from an abundant family. They could have had basically everything handed to them. And then here's you. You've had everything you've had to work for on your own with everyone coming up against you. You could have lost a parent. You could have lost a friend, someone really close to you growing up. And here you are still choosing to smile every day and put your best foot forward. So this person, if you do have a spiritual hater or a bully, this person really admires you on the inside, whether they're willing to admit that or not. But what I'm hearing is, for some of you guys, they're going to come forward soon and tell you that. And they're trying to release their own karma at this point because you were meant to teach them that lesson. By being bitter and projecting their own insecurities upon you when you're doing nothing but staying focused in your own lane. And so a lot of you have been asking for spiritual guidance or protection in this certain situation. Like I said, I get the vibe it's been ongoing for 3 to 9 months or even 3 to 9 years. So if you have someone in your community you've literally grown up with, like they could be a neighborhood old friend or something you outgrew because you guys just went on different paths. This person always kind of tried to throw shade at you. And they really admire you, whether or not they're willing to admit it, because it's like I said, you could be having the most stressful day at work. They could have bullied you at work. And here you are still remaining positive. And this person is almost, I'm hearing the word like shocked and dumbfounded. Like they don't understand how you do it. But when you're truly at peace with yourself and you know that you have divine's protection, That's what gives us the opportunity and the ability to smile. Even if your bills are overdue, you're not sure where your next move is, you just got out of a serious relationship, you could have been married to someone or really invested to someone for a number of years. They could have completely betrayed you, backstabbed you. And here you are still smiling every day, still happy-go-lucky. You inspire others that lack that passion and that ability to be the same way. And truly, whether or not you believe it or not, one day you're really meant to turn around these people's vibes and the way that they are. You're meant to show them that. So that's a really difficult task to handle for a lot of you. Don't look at it that way though. Just keep moving forward on your path, because the more that you move forward and you don't focus on anyone else's attacks or blocks, the more you're going to succeed and the more you're going to be untouchable by spirit. 5 of Pentacles. So look at that. In the next 5 months, things are about to really shift in a huge way when it comes to your abundance. And this is in all forms. If you're someone who really went through a struggle in the last couple of years, like I said, either a divorce or a bunch of job changes, it's because you weren't on your right spiritual path. And so for a lot of you, you're being protected by spirit, whether it seems like that or not. If you got out of a relationship, spirit knows you tried over and over and over to make it work with this person and they just weren't changing. And so, it could be something you don't even discuss with others around you. You keep this close to your chest, but you love this person so unconditionally and they refuse to grow and evolve with you the same way you did on your spiritual path. The same way that you were willing to admit your flaws and where you could have went wrong, this person was unwilling to see the error in their ways or how they were treating you was a negative projection from their own inner fears or insecurities. For others of you, if you recently went through a job change, you started noticing you were getting less hours or you weren't respected in your job anymore. You felt like people were talking about you or coming up against you. It's because divine knew that's not where you were meant to be. So although change can be really uncomfortable, when you go through this change and you go through these experiences, you can always look back, right? Like each and every one of you watching now or later, you can look back in a time of your life when you struggled. Think about a time that things changed unexpectedly. And it may have seemed uncomfortable at the time, but after it happened, it happened for a reason. It meant by spirit for you to move to somewhere you were more appreciated, more peaceful, more respected. Like for some of you guys, you could have moved homes recently. You could have lived in the same place for 10, 20 years, and then all of a sudden, someone moved in who just really didn't like you, gave you a hard time, and you're like, wow, I love where I live, but now I have to move. And it could have been really heartbreaking to you. But however you got relocated or whatever, I'm hearing for some of you guys, this could have been a few years back. You can look back now and say, no, that happened for a reason. Like you were refusing to admit that you would have been better off moving somewhere else. And then when it happens, whether it's a relationship, a job, a career, however this situation applies to you, right? You can always look back and say, no, that did happen for a reason. You're much better off now, or you're much more peaceful now than you were. That's because divine keeps us so highly protected, right? Like God, Allah, whoever you may pray to, they know what's up before we do. Divine always has this ability to see where we're meant to be. And that's why when you trust and know that wherever you're being divinely led is for the best path for you, yeah, you're going to be successful. Look at that. So a couple cards just fell. 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and Justice in reverse. So you were being mistreated in the past, in this particular job, in this residence, or this relationship. Things weren't balanced out on a karmic scale, and this is, wow, I love spirit. This is where the title comes right into play. Because when I sit and meditate and receive guidance on the title or, what we're going to talk about for the reading, I'm like, okay, spirit, I'm trusting your message today. And look at that. Things weren't they weren't balanced for you karmically. You were being treated in an injustice in a sense. So you could have been at a job where they were taking advantage of how much you were a hard worker, how much you wouldn't complain, how much you didn't ask for that raise. And then meanwhile, someone doing way less work than you could have been your boss, could have been making triple the salary of you, bossing you around. So you got moved because you were owed more. And divine knows that you are such a laid back, kind, grateful person. You didn't have the ability to fight for what you deserved. Now, this comes to a relationship as well, as what they want me to say. You were either with someone for an extended period of time or married to someone that you just didn't have the heart to stand up to them because you loved them so much, but however they were treating you was a complete injustice to you. This person could have been verbally or mentally abusive. They could have been physically abusive. And for others of you, they were just withholding from you. You could have been dealing with someone who loved to give you the silent treatment, to guilt trip you, to project their own insecurities onto you and make you believe it was your fault, when in fact you knew deep down in your heart you were nothing but kind and forgiving and loyal and honest to this person. If you recently went through a breakup and you're still feeling that heartbreak, know that you're being divinely led to someone who's truly going to value you for the love that you have to give. I'm hearing you're someone who really loves people unconditionally as well, like whether that's someone you've just met or a mean coworker or even someone in your family that you could not see eye to eye with. You always unconditionally love them and forgive them for whatever they've put you through or whatever the choices they've made in their life, because you understand we're all here on our own path, right? You're going to be blessed for that. For some of you, you could actually went through like suffering of slandering or even being like outcast by your entire family for having your spiritual beliefs. Especially if your family was someone who unconditionally believed, unconventionally, I'd rather say, believed you had some sort of different spirituality beliefs than them. You're someone who realizes everyone has their own belief system. We're all meant to have our own beliefs and opinions. But what we should all just agree on is like loving each other and forgiving each other no matter what. I feel like in the last few years specifically, you could have been isolated from your family because you stood up for yourself in an injustice. Someone in your family could have really spoken down on you. I'm hearing too, it's like someone who did not have the right or the authority to put you through this. They were bullying you. So whether this was like a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, someone really kind of came up against you and tried to make you feel less than. And divine saying they didn't have the spiritual authority or right. None of us do. You know, other than your parents who are meant to raise you on the right path. Even their time expires. When you become a certain age or a certain level of maturity, it's no longer up to you guys to have to listen to everything someone else is telling you. Because you know in your heart whether or not you're doing the right thing or not. Whether or not you choose to accept that or not, right? That's a whole different story. But for a lot of you, you could have really been outcasted by your family. And one thing you can stand true in knowing is you've always been protected by divine. And that's such a beautiful message. I truly vow with that. Personally, no matter what I've been through in my life, no matter who I've lost or been isolated from, the one consistency in my life, you guys, and why my name is Earth Angel is because divine has always been my highest source of protection. Divine has never led me down the wrong path. And I could get emotional just telling you guys that. That's why I take so much pride in being able to deliver you guys these messages. Whether or not you want to agree with it or not, you'll never catch me going and judging someone else's opinions or judging someone else's work or judging someone else's beliefs, most importantly. And that's why I have this name, because if I were someone who got jealous or didn't believe that everyone was here to choose their own path or their belief system, then I wouldn't have chosen the name I did, because I don't think it's right. And hey, to each their own, you may have an opinion or disagree with my beliefs. But I'm only here to spread a message of awareness that we all have an opportunity to be the best version of ourselves. And, when you go through those struggles more and more, that's what makes you realize life's too short. Life's too short to be cranky to anyone. Life's too short to be miserable. And most importantly, life's too short to block another's blessings or abundance. And you guys already know this. If not, you've recently learned these lessons. And this is why this message is specifically for you guys today. Spirit wants you to know that whoever blocked you in the past, it's like you're going to go through this big like resurrection almost. Like if you literally got your name slandered or like dragged through the mud, like people really try to outcast you in this community, this workplace, this friendship group. Maybe even for some of you guys, it was a church tried to outcast you because you believe in divine, but you also love to watch tarot. However that resonates for you guys, they're about to see your life shift in such a positive way, and the non-believers will believe. Like, wow, maybe, you know, they're going to take a lesson from you guys, because no matter what attacks they threw at you, you persevered on your path and you stayed protected by having that prayer and that faith and knowing that just by being a genuine person, like, you literally can't go wrong. And, you know, it's like, if you choose to look at the glass half full instead of half empty, that's always such a better mindset to have. Because the more we choose to look at our problems or our struggles or the attacks that may be thrown at you, the more that negative energy kind of comes towards you. So if you're experiencing like a lack mindset, or, you know, just in general going through a difficult period in your life, just know things will turn around when you choose to see them in a different way of being. When you choose to say, look, yeah, this community isolated me from my spiritual beliefs and all that, but if you didn't wake up every day in that faith, that knowing, and that connection to divine of you're on the right path, you would be miserable. And so a lot of those people, if they're coming against you, they're miserable. And that's all it comes down to. So keep smiling, keep shining, and keep showing people that, you know, by truly feeling that connection with divine, the scales automatically will be balanced at one point. No matter if it's today or tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, you will receive your karmic justice because it's your birthright as a human being. 7 of Cups. So a lot of you are going to have a lot of options coming in where you previously felt stagnant, and whether it was career, love related. For some of you, like, you've been looking for a new place to move and you've just been struggling with finding the right place, whether that be a city or a community, or even particularly a house or a building, like a rental that you're looking. You just haven't found the right place. Abundance of options is about to come in and overflow. Now with 7 of Cups, it always represents to me multiple opportunities in many different areas of your life. So you guys, it's like you felt a lack in many areas of your life. Maybe you've been feeling a lack of connections with people because they choose not to understand your spirituality. They kind of choose just to ignore it or walk away from it. Things are about to turn around. Thank you so much, Ruth. You are awesome, and I really hope this message could resonate with you today, hon, because it's about you guys. Someone needs to hear this message. Like, however you have felt isolated in the past, loves, things are turning around because you persevered with a smile on your face and you never sent that energy back, you know? You remained humble and grateful for every lesson that you had to go through. And I truly believe, too, the more lessons we go through, the more blessings you receive, you guys. Honestly, truly. So just understand that and know that you're meant to really teach people, no matter what attacks or, you know, blockages they try and throw in your path. As long as you stay connected to spirit, to divine, you will always be on the right path. So let's see if we can get any final messages. We're going to do an angel message here, you guys. Beautiful. This is such a beautiful message today. I really hope it can inspire some of you and just have you understanding that wherever you're headed right now, whatever your beliefs are, as long as you choose to be honest and like grateful for it and send out that positive vibes to everyone, you will always attract success. You will always attract blessings because that's your birthright. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down time in nature. So beautiful, divine's telling you to get out in nature and truly connect through prayer there. Some of you, I'm hearing, you may have a spot you love to kind of walk around to. This could be a beautiful garden. For others of you, it could be a park. And for others of you, this could be like a spot by the water, whether that's the beach or, wow, Spirit just reminded me. I don't know if you guys have seen my readings where there's this beautiful beach. It's a little bit further from my place, but I used to deliver a few readings there, and only because I mostly went there for my own clarity. But Spirits just said, you need to go there right now and pray. So that's really beautiful. But basically, that may resonate with someone. You could have a beautiful beach around you or somewhere that you know really just regrounds you and focuses you. And Spirit's saying you're going to receive some sort of divine guidance there So get out in nature today, you guys. Depending on the weather, of course, make sure it's a nice day. But definitely get yourself out there and realize that some answers are coming in for you. Another message here, you guys, it says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So some of you may actually be updating your beliefs. You may be doing a little bit more research, possibly on the Bible. For others of you, if it's your Quran, however you may resonate, some of you may find that there's some poems that you really resonate with. I do have a few on the channel, so if you're needing a poem of protection or just one of like beliefs, definitely go search through my videos and you'll find a few. But if not, you know, it's really about you guys finding one that you resonate with and possibly just praying with that daily. That's really going to make some improvements in your life. So Star family, you're part of a team of souls, call and support, and that's what this reading's for. There is a beautiful community of like-minded individuals out there. You may not have found them all yet, but a lot of us, you know, at least on this channel, all have the similar beliefs of just being a good person and trusting and believing in divine's path for you, no matter what struggles you may face. And the courageous peony. So you're being seen as someone in your community, whether they acknowledge this or not. The bullies, the naysayers, your family, friends, coworkers, they all see you as someone very multifaceted. You have the ability to understand many different belief systems, many different cultures, many different religions, and you're unique in nature. So Spirit wants you to let yourself be seen. Some of you really keep it to yourself how spiritually connected you are. Don't be afraid to speak out, to use your voice and say, listen, you know, without being in a pushy manner, of course, but like, listen, what's wrong with being connected to divine? I'm feeling like some of you are going to get like a bumper sticker or something that's like, I heart God, or you may have one already on your car, something like this. But Spirit just wants you to allow yourself to be seen as the beautiful individual you are. And most importantly, how understanding you are. You have this ability to really accept others for who they are, good and bad. You know, you have the ability to see the best in others. And even it's like these bullies who may have attacked you, you are someone who really understands that they just have their own lessons to learn still. And that's really what it comes down to in this world, you guys. Everyone's got their own lessons to learn. And, you know, even as someone who reads for you guys, I'll never say I'm done learning. Tomorrow is always a day to be better than yesterday. And whoever's been going through these spiritual attacks, this reading, I'm going to leave it up so you can listen to it again if you need to. But however you've been connecting and praying with divine, you are truly on the right path. And know that by not sending that negative energy back, you will always be blessed. And most importantly, you know, the more others see you blessed without understanding why you're blessed, you will always receive some sort of injustice or attacks or backlash against those lower vibrations because they're drawn to us naturally. Especially if you resonate with the term being a light worker or being a spiritual teacher, you're going to constantly face that from others. But that's because you are able to handle it, and it's part of your life path to really open up others' eyes that there's nothing wrong with being connected to divine and wanting to be the best version of yourself. So I'm sending you all an amazing day. I really hope this reading could bring some clarity to you, loves. Thank you so much for letting me read the energy for you guys today. And just know, whoever's been attacking you karmically, there's about to be a big halt in whatever plan they had or whatever injustice they put you through. It's coming to an end because Spirit has seen you struggle enough.